Hello traders and welcome to this weekly Did You Crush It? With me, I'm Vidal. We're going to go through dollar pairs, yen pairs, and Swiss pairs of what have we done today, and then we will go through some of the others pairs that we have been trading this week as well. So very much welcome. I just need to prepare you for this webinar does not contain any investment advice, it's only for educational purposes. So I'm here for entertainment, to make you laugh, and to make you potentially a better Forex trader. So let's kill that music, kill the music, kill the music, kill the music, and then we can. Cool. Son. Let me see if I can hear it correctly. So yeah, welcome Andrew. Happy to see you here. Cool. Let's go. This week has been, I would say, interesting. I would say. As of last week, we had a very early target on euro, which we then caught. So that was a profit there of, was it 90 pips? So that was okay. So, and then tried here, didn't work out. Tried here, didn't work out. So that was a stop loss there. And then for this week, I haven't really traded euro until I want to see price holding 18, give or take, and I'm ready, willing, and able. Hi, Janikara. Welcome. I am very honored that you have found my live. So what I do trade swing trades mostly, and I try to catch 150 pips and above. I try to follow trends, and I use pivot points. And what your secret is in the understanding of the structure, understanding of where in the market is trending and not. And yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to help you become a better Forex trader. That's all. So we have people in here. That's cool. That's great. Lovely to see you guys. I am happy. Cool. So what is happening to euro at the moment? We had a sideways August, and we did kind of break out in September, but that was just a pullback to sell, I guess. So we're still in the range. So I always have a plan of 12th of August, give or take 12 to 15 to 18. If that's a low, then yeah, I'm really willing, able in this area. And if that doesn't work out, I'm very willing and able this coming week, which I would love to be down here, but we're not. So if I lose here, okay, cool, doesn't matter. But I will try to look for that. But so this week, not really trade much in euro. I know some of my traders took that trade. Wally did, I know. I don't know how much profit he got, but if you did take the daily trades, you should be well in profit, and you should be doing very well, by the way. Yeah. So if you are a buyer and daily, that's your entry, and then that's your target. Hi Abraham. Hi Andrew. Sept has a potential double top on daily in 1 hour. Okay, we'll look at that soon. So for me on euro dollar, not much happening this week. So did you crush it on the euro dollar? If you were a buyer this area here might have been your entry. But other than that, if you lost, okay, cool. Leave it and move on. CHF, GBPY, just very short on that one. So go back to dollar pairs. Okay, first of all, hi Ba, welcome back, mate. So happy to see you. Chief. So first of all, Andrew, is that you are basically in a range. Potentially a new low, didn't work out. I would rather price to be up here in a range. But then if you're saying it should trend, then that is an okay place to look for an entry. I don't like it. Yes, it has a double top potentially on a 1 hour. Yes, and if you're then down here, what are you then? That means you are basically in the middle. If the rule is double top, lower, low, lower, high, which is then here, it's not necessarily a very good trade, technically speaking. And that's the only basis I can make this on. So I wouldn't technically trade this. That's my opinion. I don't agree that this is a double top, because I also see that this is just in between. Like, it did something like that over there, and then it shit up in the end. So even though if it breaks lower, since it's not in a trend, it can do whatever it wants to do. Then instead cautious. How are you doing? Hi, Ian. Hi, Ian Bizet. I mean, sorry. How are you? Please talk about channel formations and wedges. I don't trade that, so I can't. I'm not expert in that, so I can't tell you something I don't fully understand. On daily chart closed below support. I don't know if I agree though. But yeah, okay. So this is potentially resistance. But if you really go into this thing, that has broken above support or turning resistance. It did not break above that though, but I don't like that close there, which is the previous one. So this, to me, it looks more bullish than anything else until it breaks lower and takes out this candle, this green candle here. I'm bullish on this one until this one breaks. Cool. Awesome. Aussie dollar. Okay, so this low I did not expect. Well, I did expect that. I just didn't expect the pullback that happened on Wednesday. I said here and here, not here. I said here that this is now bearish, or expect that until I have a higher high, higher low. I never got that, so it's still bearish. Okay. So for me, I'm like, okay, this is still tilted to the downside, technically speaking, until it makes a high above 173. So maximum trades I closed in less profits than prices gone more in my direction. What is my target in my trades? I don't know which trades you're talking about in BZ, so you kind of have to tell me which trades you're taking for me to understand what target you should have. All right. How I set my TP with accuracy. I have done a video on that. You have a couple of different ways. You can use pivot points. You don't need to use pivot points, but then you need to use support and resistance, previous support and resistance, which then makes you go back in time and say, okay, here, that's a resistance, that's resistance, that's resistance, and that's resistance. And then you find that this middle one was resistance as a 173 and 174. So as price goes higher, you are then TP and TP and TP as you then try to catch the bottomers again. Or you have position trades where you just enter here and then you try to hold it until December. That's up to you. So how do you set take profit is one, pivot points, one other is support and resistance. A third one is also numbers, which is round numbers. Is it NO in English? So yeah. I will talk about pound CAD later on, Abraham, no worries. So yeah, but then on the daily chart in comparison, we had a break here. We still have support, and previous support is still holding. I just don't like it. If that's the candle close there, it could be turning around. So I would be more cautious on the Aussie dollar. So that is for me, and I will leave a note here. I will say bullish above okay, let's move on. Pound is then in the end talking more about Brexit, which also comes into your Abraham about what pound does. This pound isn't going to fall forever. It can, but I don't think so. It might have given you mighty profits if you took it. Happy for you. But I think it's also for a reason. Because you're coming down to what I would call 618 retracement. Back down at 127. And this candle there, if you go by candles, that's like, oh, that's a doji. But I also count moves. So that's first, that's second. That means a reversal. Or is it 1, 2, 3 or whatever? That's the largest move. That's not so large. And then the next one is barely anything. If it then comes back up again, it can then fall back down, but might not make a new lower low. But if you're a seller, you can still sell, cool, if that's what you want. But pound, to me, might be exhausted, because this is the only one who's falling at the moment of the dollar pairs. Okay, but other than that, cool. For those who got these moves down. But if you were a buyer in this market here, cool. Then that's what you did when you jumped. I know some of you guys did take this and had a stop loss, and then that's a win for you. That's where you are supposed to be. But then your job is not to be in this fall if you're wrong. But if you're a buyer, this is where you bought. And if you were a seller, sell, 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 and then you don't have much more sell. Here you can have add one. That's dangerous. But yeah. My point being, the sells was last week. This week it was just a continuation of last week's sell. Good day, mate. Thorian? What's the signal that now price is not going to hit TP and reverse back? I don't understand your English and visit. What do you mean by signal? Because it hits take profit like for the weekend, for the month, like a long time ago. Like here at 130, 129.60. So right now it's very, very represented. But yeah, you can't touch it as a buyer at the moment. And I'm looking at it as a buyer, I can touch it until it has reversed. So I'll just wait. Same with pound yen. That was where you sold, that's where we sold, that's where you sold, but we didn't sell. But that's where you tried to buy, didn't happen. Stop loss, break even, whatever. Did your job, but you didn't take that fall. The other part that I had a discussion with one of my students today was, what do you do when you want to take both trades? Then I've said you can then focus on very few pairs and have one account for buying and one account for selling. That might be okay if you have few pairs, but I wouldn't recommend it. And it's a high skill thing to do, because you are, in my mind, using conflicting ideas, and you're also saying that your analysis might not be correct, even though you always want to be correct. And that might lead to you not doing your job properly, because you go just going to sell, just going to buy, see what happens. And I haven't tested it out to see if that is really the maximized profits. Hi, Wally. Some good energy, please. Otherwise, chocolate time. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I forgot chocolate. Okay, ask a question. Do you guys want the Visa story time? Or I could just leave it for my own brain. So if you want a Visa story time, I will tell you about it. We have been talking for quite some time now about the gold market being dead. Still dead. Sorry. Nothing more to see here. But then we have, what was it, Walter that took the oil this week? see if I can find where he sold. So Walter sold here, give or take. And I can't remember your profit target, but I think it might have been here maybe, at 37. How to avoid false breakouts on support and resistance. Very good question, and my only bad answer to that is experience, and understanding when you're wrong and when you're not wrong. Let's take oil, which breaks the support every time. Is that okay? So if you say that is support, that is resistance, okay, opposite, that is support, that is resistance, but then you're saying, well, this is a breakout now, this is a breakout now, oh no, it goes down, this is a breakout now, or it goes down again, then that level you're trying to play and the market condition you're in isn't favorable and doesn't agree with you. Okay, but the other part is, do you believe that break of that support is a break? No, that's not a break. That's still playing off this level. It just went a bit lower. That's still holding. That level is still holding. But I think you just need to watch a lot of support resistance videos. It comes with a lot of charting. Being wrong is the way to go. That's the only way you can learn. Let me find a different market. That's a difficult market. But don't start in the difficult markets. All right. For example, here. And here. So that's your tops and bottoms. All right. Now we identify that. That's your bottom. But then you don't know that's going to be the bottom here, right? So how do you know that? Well, let me give you a warning. That warning there is a break and break and break of support, meaning it can potentially reverse on you. As a buyer in this market, that is a uh-oh. So you know that this is coming. But then let's say you want to trade this. As a buyer, technically I don't trade that, but technically you're supposed to be a buyer down here. As long as it's still holding, you're still going to be buying. All right. No breaks of this level. Still no breaks of this level. And it goes higher. Okay. That was range. Then you have up in a trend where you take the bottom and drag it across. And then you say, oh, that's a false breakout. Don't trade it so literally. If you're wanting to see a reversal of trend, for example, and you then need targets. Is that a target? No, it's not a target. Is that a target? No, it's not a target. So it's not going to hold. I don't suppose you would look at Ethereum even. I will look soon. Just remind me. So my point being, support resistance is a game of experience. How do you get experience? Try again, try again, try again, try again. If you maybe, I don't know if you can pay or want to pay, but there's a replay bar on this one. And there's other simulators where you can start simulating price action. Or just go back at some point and just draw as you go. And then move when you're ready. That's different. That's a different thing. So I would then do it on 4 hour, by the way. Okay, cool. The other part of this week for New Zealand dollar is that we did the job as sellers, taking it down. The other part is, did the buyers get in or they just left the market? I'm not sure. I don't find that intriguing, but nevertheless. So that is profit taking, that move there. This is now resistance. Sell it again. Not able. Trying again to sell it again. But I believe we will have buyers here on Monday. If we're not having it now, we'll have that on Monday. If this is ever going to go up. But if this is not a market condition, I'm like, yay, we're buyers. I would rather wait for a new higher high than continuation instead of trying to buy bottoms. Okay. How did this week go for buyers? Not really good. NBZ, how you learn Forex, like any courses or self-practices, and in how much time? Let me talk too much now. You can either go to ivanfx.com, buy a course. Cool. I'm not going to sell you if you don't want to pay those money, but that costs money. But you can do what I did. I put myself out of the grave, Forex Trade by the way, and failed and failed and failed and failed and failed, and I got profitable in the end myself. So you can do that. It takes you longer time than if you don't have a course, if you don't have the money, but it also then stands out that you did the work yourself. The other part is what a course would do is to teach you a specific strategy and give you the tools that you should focus on. That means leaving out the other tools that you might have in your arsenal and in your trading. That also means, for me, how I do, also in these lives, I try to divert you away from strategies that haven't found profitability. Trying to save you from losses. Try to find somebody like that. Follow them and ask them, and then in the end, improve yourself. You have to put in the work. So if a course can make you go from nothing to hero in 3 to 6 months, doing it yourself will take maybe a year or even more, depending on how much time you have. 3 months from nothing to hero is every day. Learning every day, trading every day on demo. USDCAD this week has also been not so great as a seller, but this was your sell zone. That's a stop loss, and you're out. You're not always right, but what you are, you didn't sell here, you didn't sell here, you didn't sell here, you didn't sell here. That was your sell. Then I would say this week coming up now is another time to sell until we break any higher. But apart from that, did we crush this week on USDCAD? I didn't, but I don't have any problem with that. USDCAD can go whatever it wants. That's what I want to do. To let it go and then come back. That's all right. Isn't it Ethereum XRP? Clear sell. Nothing else than that. But then you also have a reversal. So it all depends what is going to happen here. Very clear. Depends what's going on here. It can go higher, continuation. It can stop here and go full. Well, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. But what did I say about euro? Did I say I wanted to fall or expected a fall, or I was just hoping for a fall because it went too fast too quickly? Anyways, but yeah, very classic potential reversal if you're a seller. But if you're a buyer, you wanted to break this line here. Cool. Did I do pound yen? Yeah, I'm just waiting for a reversal. But if you are a seller, I think you would like a pullback at some point. US oil is interestingly fair enough. Sideways hit down here. That is not necessarily a very good thing for buyers, so it could potentially continue lower. As long as it holds 138.30, give or take. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess you are. I would believe you. So, Aussie dollar still bearish. Euro dollar. I would say euro dollar is turning again because of this is a new high, as I would say. And as long as we're still above 1800, I would still consider this as a buy in comparison. Pound dollar, nothing there. Gold, nothing there. Silver, nothing there. Pound yen, still a sell, so potentially that next week. New Zealand, still a sell. As long as it doesn't go above 167. Okay. Okay, I'm open for opinions. What was it, pound CAD? So I've done the dollars. I wanted dollar to go up, dollar pairs to go up. Mediocre this week. Cool. Nothing bad happened. No account was blown. Okay. Not really something that I technically liked this week. Well, you can see now in retrospective, which I definitely hate, is that you can do that, you can do that. Well, that didn't work out. That worked out. That worked out, and then nothing else after that. So that might have been something, but it's just gone. Just went. The question is, do you want to trade that? That's not bearish. That's not bullish, by the way. Challenging previous high at 71 before you start reversing. It's a very far pullback. Cool. So yeah. What is still bullish? Ibrahim. But yeah, you can do go through euro yen, by the way. I want to go through euro yen. No, not at all. Not at all. No, 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 no. This is totally selling. This is totally bearish. This is nowhere near bullish. Far away. Close to far away. You have to put yourself in the specific rules. Trends, trend theory. What is trend theory? For bullish, you want a series of higher highs and higher lows. For selling, you want a series of lower lows and lower highs. What do we see here? Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. That is a bearish trend, selling trend. Cool. So I can talk about what I traded I did this week. Kind of cool, do that. Hit on the pivot points. Let's see what happens. When did I do that? 180. Yeah, I think I did that. So pullback, new high, pullback, and I entered somewhere in that there, went a bit up, didn't, came down back to this support. I think it then engaged my second entry, which was this daily here, and then it just fell on me. And I'm like, okay, cool, didn't work out. But what I saw in this trade is nothing else than reversal, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high. The question then is, when does this trend end? But okay, cool. Nothing bad happened. And then fell. And then after I didn't bother. And I didn't lose much. It's not even, it wasn't even. Was it 0.5% or was it 0.25%? Yeah, it was coins. Hi Abbas. Hi Irene. How are you? Very nice to see you. I missed you too, Abbas. Crazy gold. Gold is nothing to do with it. There's no market in gold. Sorry guys. I can't deliver anything to you that is not there. I'm very good. Okay, so nobody wanted to know about the Visa story? Interesting, okay. I'll keep that for myself. It's a very interesting story, by the way. But yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so where do we go here? You're liking my new logo, man. Thank you. And besides, I don't do that. No, I don't trade on news. Hi, Charles. Abbas, yes, COT is coming in a couple of hours. So what do I expect? When it was Tuesday? Tuesday was 8th. So it was up until here, give or take. Okay. Let me tell you something, guys. What happened about yesterday on ECB meeting? I expected a fall, and and the market risen instead. That means something is up. Not necessarily, but I just didn't see that coming. So I wasn't buying because I didn't expect that. The other part of that is did it just do the reverse? Is it rising to fall instead? Yet to know, yet to know. She keeps running from the questions as well. Well, I just need to take off the music. No, so what happened about the visa process thing? Gosh. Okay. So me and my wife trying to get her to get a visa to Norway, to Schengen in this COVID time. So if you're married, you have a special pass, so you can go and apply. So what I did was I did all my paperwork on Friday last week in one day on an FP. Sent it on Friday evening, give or take around 3 p.m. By Monday morning, it was already in Nairobi, Kenya, which is traveling half of the world. It just on the weekend, and it was said it was supposed to come on this Friday today. Okay, we gathered all the papers, crazy, run to Nairobi, go to Nairobi, get to the embassy and say, oh, how wonderful papers you have brought to us. Very organized, very neat, everything is okay. You just have to do a new passport. What? We don't have everything? Apparently the Kenyan government wants everyone to get a new passport, a new e-passport. But 50 million is supposed to get a new passport through initially two places or 3 places to get passports in the whole country. 50 million on 3 places. So when we get to that passport place, you get an appointment in 2022. No joke! 2022 is when you can get a new passport. So we did apply, and somebody's knowing a friend somewhere, but that friend turned out to not be a good friend anyway. But so point being, she needed a passport, and then for the passport you need a birth certificate. She didn't have the birth certificate, so you need to find the birth certificate. And she tried to get the birth certificate today, but she couldn't, and that's also 21 working days. And we need to have this visa thing by end of September. And the embassy wants 2 to 3 weeks to process this. So we can get a passport appointment in 2022, and we can get a birth certificate appointment on 21st of September. Isn't that lovely? I was shocked that we could have 2022 as an appointment, but I guess, I don't know. So this is a country where people know people, and people bribe people and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on. Somebody's just going like, I'm just keeping track. I don't have my eyes open. I don't have my ears open, and all of a sudden we have a passport. We don't have it now, and it's very far away still. But yeah, just to renew a passport that the government of Kenya wants. Her original passport was set to expire in 2023. So everything was okay. Everything was fine. Just need a passport, and that's just opened the whole world of crazy bureaucracy. That's all. I thought you blocked me. No. Keep saying. Did you? No. Well, yes. Okay. So the whole story about the birth certificate, she can only get it in the capital city, Nairobi. But the passport, she's going back to her hometown, where somebody knows somebody that is going to speed up the process. I don't know anything about that. Okay? But she needs her birth certificate. She has an appointment on Monday with somebody, but she doesn't have the birth certificate, so she's going to go to Nairobi offices on Monday again to get it. To just spend the whole day waiting to get a birth certificate today, like an expressway. but the system wasn't working, so he has to go back on Monday. Very typical and very Kenyan thing. Another thing, back in 2010, I was to receive a parcel from Norway in Kenya. I spent two working days getting out the parcel. That was in the building. It was there, but somebody had to physically search for it. There's no system. It's just manually, physically finding my parcel. They tell me to come back tomorrow, the day after, because they couldn't find it. It was there all the time. Anyways. Hey again from PC. Hi Abbas. Well, anyways, they can go to do if they want government of all living for. Yeah, like they can make things work and they can make your life miserable. But I've only encountered miserable service. Okay. Oh wait, sorry. One other thing. Just one last thing. A very great thing that the Kenyan government has done is to make visa applications to Kenya awesome. It's online based, takes a couple of hours to do all those things that they want you to do, and within 2 or 3 days you get an approval. Before, you had to write out in the airport, wait in line for a couple of hours at midnight until 2 a.m. until you can get through. And I always get very bad questions. I was always scaring those customs officers and those immigration officers because they asked me questions that I couldn't really answer. It's like, why are you here? I'm like, I'm going to visit the country. So what are you going to watch? Where are you going to stay? I don't know. Like you've been traveling for 14 hours and you reply to which animals you're going to look at. Anyways, and then I said I had a wife, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to take our girl away from us." Anyways, sorry guys, rant. But they have then made that process online instead. You pay online, everything is good, no corruption there. Good on them. So euro yen this week wasn't really well. If you look back and say, "Oh, that's the buy zone, that was a target zone, then where you should buy," I don't like doing that. But okay, if you did, cool. But if you buy anywhere else, maybe not. Where the price is right now is just in the middle of the range. It can go back up, down, back up. So I don't know where it's going to go. So right now, I don't know. Maybe you'd say you lost the passport, or you can get a quicker appointment to get a new one. Javier, let me tell you about, I don't know if it's African government bureaucracy, but let's say Kenyan. Is if they know that you're in a hurry, they're going to mess up your day and mess up your week. They're going to tell you, "Oh, well, just wait," and you will wait a whole day in that office not doing anything else, and they will tell you, "Come back tomorrow." If you say you're in a hurry, they will just make you even more frustrated because they want you to buy something to them so they can get some extra. Yay! Because if you don't need it, they won't, like, yeah, just come back. When was it last time? We went back to a government office 4 or 5 times to get something. I can't remember what it was. Was it a passport? I'm not sure. It was something important. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was a passport. The previous passport she tried to take, she had to come back 4 times to the same office, and they just didn't bother because she wasn't in a hurry. Welcome to Africa, my brother. That's true. I was 50-50 euro, just in the middle. Maybe they want some. Yes, they want. Well, they don't say money, but they say tea and biscuit. Chai, by the way, tea, chai. So if the passport alone costs 2,000 jelly, which is like $20, if that is 2,000, then the bribe would be like 3. So you paid like 5. Just to get an express delivery. Anyways, that is the express delivery. The express delivery is to pay someone. There is no other. Yeah, like in Norway, you go online, you book an appointment, you fill up some forms, and you get there. And when you get there, they take a photo of you. They take your last passport and ask you some questions of where do you live, which is your parents, how long you've been living, where you've been living. Just check that you are you. Did you know you yourself and your family, and what your mother's birth is and your father's birth is, and maybe when they were married as well. Look at those questions, and then you get your passport. You're done. It takes like 10 minutes, but it's an appointment based. It's a system based, and that's it. There is no showing up express. Anyways, that's that. Give the willing wallet card. Yeah, I should do that. I should do that. That's cracking it. Yeah, I will. But then, the problem is, the thing is, the whole office is supposed to benefit from the bribe. So how do you deal out a chocolate bar to everyone? Maybe. But yeah. And then the boss is also supposed to get something. Well, I don't know if that's what's going on, but that's my hunch. But in the birth certificate office today, they literally tried, and they said the systems was down from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and that's when she kind of had to go because, yeah. So it seems to be in the birth certificate office. Credit to them. It seemed to be that they tried. That's all. For New Zealand this week, that was a sell-off. And it seems to me like this is a better year to start buying. Is that a bullish trend? Okay, cool. Nothing much. So it seems to me it's coming back to something. EURUSD, yeah. Now EURUSD just sideways. Again. CAD Swissy. Aussie Swissy, yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3 times touch, 4 times touch. I don't like that by people, but it's a buy zone. Could potentially do something about it. China business is the best. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to go back to trading, but that's it's so different. I was supposed to, yeah, and then when we tried to get married in Kenya, we were first told you have to pay 21,000 shillings. Then when we came there today, we just had to pay 14. But that means I couldn't leave the country for 7 days up until the wedding. I couldn't leave the country. So that's kind of a rule. But the other thing is, we came without documents once, not twice, but 3 times, and each time they told us to come back with a new document that we apparently have got. If you're going to reverse the euro from options, protocol, and perspective, and extremes between non-commercial and commercial, how the banks will react about their planned targets. My boss, let's see if I can understand your question. If they are going to make the euro from a bearish point of view to a bullish point of view, and extremes between non-commercial and commercial, how will the banks react about that, about their planned targets? Can you rephrase that? I'm just trying to understand you better before I really give a good answer to that, Abbas. I think banks will nevertheless still have their plan, and regardless, and they still have their stop losses regardless. I don't know how stupid and how good they are to trade, but if they say price going back below here, and then you're like, stop out. But on the other side, banks are maybe also running the market. It also depends what they have agreed between themselves. Though, who was it? Like 4 or 5 banks a couple of years ago was fined for manipulating the forex market. Bank of Scotland, Barclays, HSBC, whatever that thing is called, and another bank was charged, and it's in the news somewhere, for manipulating the dollar and the euro. For them sitting by talking to each other and making trade plans. So, just telling you. So for euro, for example, is now at the end of the day just consolidating. Okay. So the question becomes: are you joining the down move, or are you just hoping for it to continue higher? If it breaks above 1880, that's cool. But to me, I've said this looks bullish. Okay. But as long as we're below that 1960, as long as we're below 1900, no, Ivan. Stop doing stupid things. Bullish. It's still bullish. Why is it still bullish? It hasn't broken support. Sorry. Another idea is to employ an agent to get the documents passport for you. In this way, you know the extra prices in advance, and you're going to skip going again and again. I'm not going to say what kind of solution we have gotten for, but it might be into something. But yeah, we talked to a guy, couldn't help us more than the other processes, and though it was 3,000 more than the normal prices, he also couldn't make it go faster. I mean, no commercial positioning are extremes opposites. The banks will let it go easily. Yeah, true. See you back. I don't really look into that, but the point being that those banks are extremes, which is okay, but I don't know, was it Teddy? Teddy in my group said that, or referred to an article, or I read an article where they said that Fed might do, or make the Congress do more stimulus, more bond buying, which again in turns is going to only make it more extreme. Okay, so as long as this support is holding technically, they haven't given up. They see the same charts as you do. I can do that. They see the same charts as you do, right? And I also say that this is just a pause for that. Okay? As long as we haven't broken support, we're still going higher. I don't know how long it will take us. Different case. But yeah. What else, boys? Girls? Been here for an hour. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm getting to it. I think I've said as long as price is still below 1332, 32.50, we're still bearish on the 4 hour. Yeah. So, coolio. Coolio. Cool. Cool. Just watch the close of the euro dollar. Yeah, that's gonna go both ways, probably. Okay. But Bojo's getting things that messed up in the pound. Yeah, true. And I don't know why I wasn't into that. Maybe I'm getting defensive. Maybe I was too defensive. But I could have taken that. It just didn't fit my world. But yeah, Bojo's having fun. Cool, people. Getting tired, getting exhausted, getting somewhere. So another way, I'm just going to go through where is this retail traders positioned. They are mostly net short on euro. They are mostly net short on pound. They are mostly net short on New Zealand. They are mostly bullish on USDCAD. I'm mostly bullish on USD Swissy. Okay. Mostly bearish on yen, euro yen. Okay, so what does that mean? There is no reason whatsoever, and 71 bearish on pound, which euro pound, which is rising. Point being, people, for euro dollar, for example, there's no need to short it. Okay, it is not bearish. And you know that, I know that. You know that I mean that, okay? There's no point to be super short here. This isn't a short. This isn't a lower low scenario. Pound dollar, yeah, cool. The other one is euro yen. This isn't a bearish point, bearish market, okay? Cool. Is it wise to sell New Zealand dollar? No, it is not a good idea. But no, it's not a financial advice for that matter. But yeah, cool. Sell it. Tell me what happened. If you got profits, I will celebrate you, and if you didn't make profit, sorry. But there's nowhere in the world that I'm going to say this is bearish. It might fall though. I don't know that. But yeah. Okay, so it's okay, don't trade while I'm waiting for a substitute to see what happened. Okay, cool, people. Awesome. 10 likes today. We will do better on Sunday. I will be giving you a video tomorrow. At around 2 or 3 p.m. my time, give or take. Maybe 3 p.m. this time around. So stay safe. Don't trade money that you cannot afford to lose and all those things. I'm happy for you. Okay?